Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you're buying an EV, you should know what's happening under the hood. Electric vehicles, EVs, are a growing industry. The global number of electric vehicles on the road is projected to expand from 8 million in 2019 to 50 million by 2025 and close to 140 million by 2030. Many major automotive manufacturers are adapting to sell EVs. Electric vehicles replicate the look and feel of gas-powered cars. Some models even have non-functional imitation grills. But the real difference between EVs and gas-powered cars is under the hood. Even the most casual driver can identify the main components of a gas-powered car, like the fuel tank and the engine. And even if you've never driven an electric car, it's still relatively simple to wrap your head around its main parts. For example, instead of a gas tank, they have batteries. Instead of an engine, they have an electric motor. And instead of a tailpipe, they've got no tailpipe. Simple, right? Mostly, yes. There are a few other things that a new EV owner should understand. But before we get into the good stuff, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. How does the electric car engine work? Electric cars function by plugging into a charge point and taking electricity from the grid. They store the electricity in rechargeable batteries that power an electric motor, which turns the wheels. Electric cars accelerate faster than vehicles with traditional fuel engines, so they feel lighter to drive. How does charging work? You can charge an electric vehicle by plugging it into a public charging station or into a home charger. EVs and their range. How far you can travel on a full charge depends on the vehicle. Each model has a different range, battery size, and efficiency. The perfect electric car for you will be the one you can use for your normal journeys without having to stop and charge up halfway through. What types of electric cars are there? There are a few different types of electric vehicle, EV. Some run purely on electricity, these are called pure electric vehicles. And some can also be run on petrol or diesel, these are called hybrid electric vehicles. Plug-in electric, this means the car runs purely on electricity and gets all its power when it's plugged in to charge. This type doesn't need petrol or diesel to run, so doesn't produce any emissions like traditional cars. Plug-in hybrid, these cars mainly run on electricity, but also have a traditional fuel engine, so you can use petrol or diesel too if they run out of charge. When running on fuel, these cars will produce emissions, but when they're running on electricity, they won't. Plug-in hybrids can be plugged into an electricity source to recharge their battery. Hybrid electric, these run mainly on fuel like petrol or diesel, but also have an electric battery too, which is recharged through regenerative braking. These let you switch between using your fuel engine and using EV mode at the touch of a button. These cars cannot be plugged into an electricity source and rely on petrol or diesel for energy. What are the inner parts of an EV? EVs have 90% fewer moving parts than an ICE, internal combustion engine, car. Here's a breakdown of the parts that keep an EV moving. Electric engine's motor provides power to rotate the wheels. It can be DC and AC type, however, AC motors are more common. Inverter converts the electric current in the form of direct current into alternating current. Drivetrain EVs have a single-speed transmission which sends power from the motor to the wheels. Batteries store the electricity required to run an EV. The higher the kW of the battery, the higher the range. Charging, plug into an outlet or EV charging point to charge your battery. EV batteries. EV batteries store energy that helps the vehicle run. The battery is actually a pack of many smaller lithium-ion battery modules, themselves made of individual battery cells, about the size of a AAA battery. These batteries are linked together in electrical circuits to deliver the maximum power in the most efficient way possible. Battery technology is advancing rapidly, with new chemistries and different manufacturing processes, all geared toward increasing the battery's energy density, while lowering the cost of the most expensive part of the vehicle. One danger of lithium-ion batteries is thermal runaway, which can lead to explosive fires. To prevent this, the battery pack is cooled with a thermal management system and a protective casing. However, the fear of battery fires may be outsized. There are approximately 156 gasoline car fires a day in the United States. Battery-driven cars are far less likely to catch fire than cars that are by definition based on the combustion of flammable liquids. The motor. A motor in an electric vehicle converts electricity into mechanical energy. When electricity is sent from the battery to a stationary part of the motor, it creates a magnetic field that turns a rotating part. The spinning rotor creates the mechanical energy that spins the car's wheels using a single gear. The more electricity, the faster the rotor turns, and since there is no shifting between gears in electric vehicles, transitions between acceleration and deceleration are smooth. While a gas-powered car can only have one combustion engine, an electric vehicle can have multiple motors, which act independently. A dual-motor vehicle has one motor dedicated to start and stop city driving and another motor, often called an induction motor, dedicated to higher speeds. Even four-wheel drive is possible in electric vehicles because each wheel can have its own motor, increasing maneuverability and traction. Tires can even rotate in different directions, enabling fast turning. How to drive electric vehicles. The differences between electric and gas-powered cars impact the way they are driven, fueled, and maintained. Electric vehicles are known for their quick off-the-blocks acceleration and instant forward propulsion. Torque is the force that produces rotation in a car's motor. Because gasoline engines start at low RPMs and increase through incremental gear shifts, there is a lag in reaching maximum torque. In an electric vehicle, however, maximum torque is reached immediately upon pressing the accelerator. Some electric vehicles have the highest 0 to 60 acceleration in their vehicle class, which is especially useful in entering highways, passing slower vehicles, and avoiding accidents. Braking. When a driver brakes in an electric vehicle, regenerative braking draws energy from the vehicle's momentum. This electricity is sent back into the battery, so no energy is wasted. Driving in regenerative braking mode means every time you take your foot off the accelerator, the vehicle slows down more rapidly than in a gas car. Regenerative braking allows for one-pedal driving, where the brake pedal is less frequently engaged. Handling. With a large, heavy battery running along most of its base, an EV has a lower center of gravity than most gas cars. This improves its handling around corners and in slippery road conditions. This also makes rollovers less frequent, improving the car's safety. Electric vehicle repair. Electric vehicles are more like a computer on wheels than a mechanical device. Like digital device manufacturers, some EV manufacturers send over-the-air software updates to improve the efficiency of or add new features to their vehicles. This not only extends the life of the vehicle and decreases its operating expenses. Even when drivers don't try, electric vehicles are improving and becoming more efficient. This means that electric cars can increase in value and improve their sustainability over time. How to charge an EV. You can charge an electric vehicle either by plugging it into a socket or by plugging into a charging unit. There are three types of chargers. 3-pin plug: a standard 3-pin plug that you can connect to any 13-amp socket. Socketed: a charge point where you can connect either a Type 1 or Type 2 cable. Tethered: a charge point with a cable attached with either a Type 1 or Type 2 connector. Charging up in changing seasons. The weather affects how much energy your electric car consumes. You have a larger range in summer and smaller range in winter. That's all there is for today. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please leave us with your valuable feedback if you found this video interesting. Stay tuned to our channel till the next video, and until then, see you soon.